Good. We should have, Adam, some kind of clock on the screen as well.
Yeah.
It's almost 11.
Yes.
Okay, it's 11. Should we start, Adam?
Let's wait a minute.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, we can see. I can see still people are coming. All right,
Yeah.
1 minute only. Sure. Good, good. To be nice to have some kind of music in the background, just to avoid this, silence.
Maybe next time. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right, cool. So let's start. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. I'm happy to see so many of you today. So let's start then. Today, I'm together with Adam Jasiewicz, the product owner at TechStep. Adam has been responsible for development of Essentials MDM for almost over 10 years, determining what features and updates are included in Essentials MDM. So he is here to present the latest changes and upcoming news in Essentials MDM. I am Michał Kacuszak. I'm responsible for sales in the partner channel in Europe. Previously, I played a more technical role in our webinars and industry movies. But today, I'm excited to be your host for this meeting. So this meeting is our return to webinars, great return. We will meet quarterly to share the latest updates and highlights from Essentials MDM and TechStep. Our next webinar is planned for December, January. So now we have a lot to share after the summertime. So I assume it will be worth to wait for the next one as well. Adam will share more details about what to expect. A few words about the organization matters. Today's meeting is scheduled for 45 minutes. It's being already recorded, as I can see, and the recording will be available for you on our TechStep YouTube channel, so you can easily play it again. You can ask questions in the Q&A session. There should be on top a button Q&A session. So please ask questions throughout the meeting. We will answer them at the end of the session. Okay, what will we talk about today? Adam, the agenda. So we will talk about a brief overview about the company, a brief one. Next, we will tell how can we assist you, help you maximize the benefits of Essentials MDM, including the latest changes in the released versions. Then we will present our development plans for coming months, and we will end the meeting with the Q&A session. Okay, so about the company. TechStep is an international company listed on Norwegian Stock Exchange. Our headquarters is in Norway. Our presence also includes offices in Sweden, Denmark, and Poland. And in Poland, the Essentials MDM solution, formerly FAMOC managed, has been and continues to be designed and developed for over 15 years. And the entire test step team consists almost 300 people. We specialize in comprehensive mobility management. What does it mean? It means hardware delivery, device lifecycle management, it's our own software, device management, it's Essentials MDM, our solution, threat protection, it means mobile threat detection, it's a third-party solutions, and all this wrapped in a managed service. So our teams, our mobility experts, can manage mobility in your company. Okay, in two years in a row, 2022 and 2023, we've been recognized as a challenger in the Magic Quadrant for managed mobility services by Gartner. So as you can see on the map, in Scandinavia, we offer a full range of managed mobility services in the form of direct sales. Outside Scandinavia, we focused on partner sales. And we are developing in countries like Poland, Great Britain, Germany, Lithuania, Latvia, Hungary, Italy, and Spain. In these countries, we work with distributors and mobile carriers and offer Essentials MDM as a base, as some kind of foundation for future actions, like broader assistance to you in managing mobility. Then with the mobile threat defense solution as an additional security layer, or with the tech step managed services. Okay, so we cover the remaining elements of managed mobility services in cooperation with our partner companies. And we successfully manage almost 2.5 million devices for over 5,000 customers from various sectors of the market. All right, so it was supposed to be short, and I guess it was. Let's go further. Let's talk to Adam about the changes that appeared in the latest versions of Essentials MDM. The main changes, right? Because there are dozens of them in each version. So Adam, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, everyone. So latest and the key updates that comes with the Essentials MDM releases. First of all, I would like to say a little bit about policies in our management UI. In the past few versions, we've made policies available there. We manage device policies, the rule-based security options for fully managed and dedicated device policies. Rule-based means we can set a time, speed, or geo condition in which device will get different security options. For example, when entering the office, camera can be disabled, or certain apps like Facebook or YouTube can be hidden. What is worth also mentioned here, there are two concepts in which we can make changes to the policies. First one is editing one single policy, thanks to which we can manage many parameters, policy parameters at once. Unlike the advanced console, we have the ability to search for a specific settings, so we can find what we need to change much faster and easier. The second method is to modify one parameter in many policies at once. We can achieve this with change settings actions that is available on top within the menu in the policies under the change settings position. There is also a search field available so that we can quickly find the parameter we are looking for, and then we can easily change the value of this parameter within many select policies. Last change In the policies tab, there is a new policy tab on the details page. Yeah, history of the policy changes. That tab shows the list of all the revisions. So who did the change and what was changed. In upcoming version, we will enhance this functionality also with possibility to export the log of the changes. So it is really easy now to find out what was changed and when.
That's, if I may, Adam. Well, from my perspective, this is some kind of desire to unify the management console, right? Make it easier for administrators to use one coherent console for everyday activities with Essentials MDM in a transparent and even fast way, right? I mean, especially the previous feature that you mentioned, when we have many policies like 10, 20, or even 50, right, in a bigger company, and a new option appears to block, for example, phone calls, and you want to enable it in every single policy. Now, instead of clicking through each of them, you can do it once for everyone, right? And it's and then the time saved can be spent in the other way, like for a cup of coffee or meeting with us, right?
Yeah, exactly. I know especially some customers that have a really huge amount of the policies, yeah, for different use cases for different departments. So it is this functionality is really useful for them. Okay, let's then move on to the next key update. Recently, we have also launched remote desktop support on macOS and iOS devices. On macOS devices, we can display the screen and emulate clicking. In addition, there is also the drag and drop function and support for external screens. On iOS devices, due to the platform limitation, we have only access to the screen. But we already started to work on chat option. Yeah, this is on the roadmap. I will show it later. Yeah, so that chat option with an administrator. So during the remote session, end user will be able to chat, to write some questions, so that administrator will be able to help solving some issues with the device during the session.
So just a comment from my side as well. So until now, we had an option of using remote access on Android-based devices, right, for many years. On some of them in read-only mode, so you can just see the device desktop in the administrator console. But on some of them, with the option of remote control, so you can control the screen remotely, and same with the keyboard. And so the option is now available also on macOS. So that's very good. And the cool thing is that the employee who needs help sees that the sees what the administrator is doing actually, right, on the Mac, and it's fully transparent in terms of privacy. And in the case of iOS, iPhone or iPads, as Adam mentioned, there is only a, again, screen displaying option, right? Well, you could say that it's say that as much because Apple technically allows to do so, right? However, in both cases, remote access, remote desktop, definitely facilitates the provision of support for users of mobile devices in your companies. Right? It shortens the time of analysis or even solving the problem they are struggling with. It's some kind of must-have, in my opinion.
Yeah, and what's more important, the remote support functionality is included in standard licensing. So.
Yeah, true.
Okay, let's then move on to the campaigns. Yeah, it's actually the last change I would like to talk about. In our Essentials MDM, we often face a problem of verifying the execution of operations on multiple devices in our system. Yeah? For example, when we send a system upgrade or application installation operation to 1,000 devices, yeah. Until now, we only had the operation tab, where the list of the recently performed operations can quickly actually disappear, yeah, when new operations will be there displayed. So campaigns actually address this problem. Yeah. Thanks to the campaigns, we can plan the time of the execution of a given operation. For example, try every day at 10 a.m. for the next 2 weeks. We can also observe the execution of this operation and react if some of it end in failure. At the moment, the available operations are firmware updates for Zebra devices, and restart selected devices action. So if our device require frequent restarting, we can achieve this through this campaign type, yeah, by setting a recurring restart, for example, every Friday at 5 p.m. Yeah. Next campaign is an application installation. We can schedule app installation for many devices. Yeah? What is more here, to manage pressure during heavy server load, for example, when we try to send install application operation to 1,000 devices, we have introduced server capacity score monitoring. Based on the background calculations of CPU load, PHP worker statistics, so really low-level statistics, web server, some database connections used for it, the server may decide how many actually operations can be sent at once, so that we can spread this load, so that the server will work for the end user. And the last campaign type that is already available is the send message action. So we can schedule sending some notification to the end users, for example, every working day at 10, for example, yeah, to inform about something. In next version, so the version that we are currently working on, 5.37, we will introduce new campaign type, send configuration. It will work the same as app installation. So we will be able to select a specific configuration, for example, APN, VPN, email, and so on. Then select on which devices it should be installed, and then we will be able to track the process progress of installation. But yeah, more about the roadmap and the upcoming changes in the next slides.
So before we move forward, Adam, it's like the campaign module is excellently described by you. I really like the mechanism. I would like to just want to say that this mechanism was an element that we've been working on for the last few months, let's say. Over a year. So it's in addition to a dedicated view of what exactly is happening with the operation pushed out of Essentials MDM, we have a greater control over them. Especially, not only, but especially for on-site installations, right? As you mentioned, the mechanism verify available resources of the hardware, right? To push out the operation in efficient way, right? That's very important. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we can send 1,000 operations at once, but then we won't be able to, for example, use our console. Yeah, so that's why We are spreading this load, everything based on the some kind.
Yeah, 1,000, maybe 20,000. Why not,
yeah.
right? Yeah, exactly.
So
All
now,
right,
so
then.
now it's possible.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant. Thank you for that. All right, so as you can see, we have reached the halfway point of today's meeting. In terms of agenda, we will see how it will be reflected to the time. So Adam presented what is already available to you. So the elements we've been working on recent months, and ahead of us are the upcoming changes and news that will be released in coming weeks and months, right? So in general, the changes we make are based on your needs and are carefully analyzed by our specialists. And before a solution becomes a feature, it goes through many stages, to ensure it's user-friendly, consistent, and effectively solves your problems. So, in other words, you are creating Essentials MDM together with us, right? So thank you for that. All right, so let's dive into our upcoming development plans for Essentials MDM. And a preview what is in what's new in Android 15 and iOS 18, right, for MDM solutions.
Right.
Adam?
Okay, let's start with a short recap of the already released version 5.36, which includes, as I said at the beginning, rule-based security options for dedicated device policies. This means geolocation, time, and speed rules can also be applied to dedicated devices. For example, drivers who exceed the speed limit will have even more limited options for using the device or in a warehouse. Yeah? If the device leaves the designated area, it will be possible to, for example, hide available applications or actually any settings that is available within the policy. The next feature in the policy is the, as I mentioned, history of the policy changes. What I would like to add here is that policies are key function of our system. They gather everything that is the most important for efficient and fully secure device management. When we have many administrators of our systems, it is very important to be able to check who, when, and what was changed actually in the policy. Yeah. And yep, in the last version, we also provided the two new campaign types, as I described earlier, so app configurations and send message. Version that we are working on now. So it is planned for the middle of October. We will have, as I said before, send configuration within the campaigns. We will also provide basic support for Android 15 and iOS 18. We also support the Linux Rocky 9 and Zimperium integration with the Zimperium Mobile Threat Defense, which actually would be the second integration with MTD solution after the Checkpoint Harmony Mobile. As you can see on the roadmap, yellow boxes are already in progress, and Zimperium is gray because the release of this functionality depends fully on Zimperium team. We are working closely with them to deliver this integration, but I still cannot fully confirm the release date, so it may be postponed. The topic is really hot between our teams, and yeah, we are really close, but I cannot confirm. Next version, we will improve our dedicated device policies with folder support within our launchers, so that we'll be able to group some applications into the folders. Yeah, so that the dedicated device view can be more, I would say, more customized. We also plan to release a new campaign type Apple OS upgrades. So now we have the Zebra updates. We will have also updates for Apple devices. When it comes to Android, we will focus on new Android remote access application. It will be based on the same libraries as macOS and iOS. Yeah, because we've got it already, but it's still based on some old libraries. So that we expect that the connections will be connection with the devices, and this click emulation will be more stable. What is more, we will also enhance our iOS applications with chat option, that I described already. So user will be able to chat with the administrator while having the remote session, on iOS device. Version 5.39, we will also focus on the last parts of the policies that are not available within the management UI. So status views of the devices and policies. So that it will be possible to easily fetch all the devices and policy statuses at once. So no need to go to the device details one by one and check the status of the policy on the device. We also move SIM card tab from advanced UI to management UI. And the next improvement for the dedicated device, so we will be able to provide launcher screen grid size customization. Now it's as far as I remember, it's 4 to 5. Yeah, we'll be able to customize it. Yeah, if someone will need just 2 to 3 or 3 to 3, we'll be able to make this customization. Next planned version, probably definitely in next year, we will provide a new Insights tab, which will replace current Monitoring tab with more efficient views and statistics. We'll also provide the functionality of scripting on the device so that administrator will be able to perform customizable actions directly on the Android devices. And we also plan next Samsung integrations, so both with Knox Asset Intelligence and Samsung ePhoto, so updates of the Samsung devices within also campaigns. But as you can see, the same as in Imperium, this Samsung ePhoto is gray, because the delivery of this feature actually depends on Samsung readiness and support. To sum up,
please.
I will just shortly sum up all those coming changes. So campaigns, first of all. So easy way to manage selected actions in a large scale. Next thing that we are focusing on in upcoming months is support for new Android and Apple platforms. We'll have also enhancements within the dedicated devices and further integrations with Samsung and mobile threat defense products.
Okay, so I would like to add one thing. I just sent on the Q&A session, part of the webinar, a link to the official Essentials MDM roadmap, so you can easily verify where are we, what are plans, what plans do we have. It should be visible right now in the Q&A session. So please register. Yes, you have to register to have a view. What do we plan? What did we release? All right then, Adam.
Yeah, thank you. In this part of the roadmap of our system, I would like to spend a while on the changes in upcoming or already released Android 15, iOS 18, and macOS 15 platforms, which, like every year in autumn, will also appear somehow in our product. The list is still open, but more and more is known about the changes that will appear soon. So I would like to briefly present you some of them. So let's start with Android 15. Android 15 adds platform APIs to allow administrator to remotely provision eSIM profiles onto managed devices. It's really important feature, yeah, to managing the eSIMs. They introduced the concept of managed SIM, managed subscription, supporting features like this, that administrator, for example, will be able to download and delete eSIMs profiles programmatically. So on company-owned devices, eSIM could be activated silently after download. Also, users won't be able to lead the admin downloaded managed eSIM. This is on the company-owned devices. Whereas on BYD devices, users will be able to choose to delete the SIM at any time. Yeah, so it's really important. Through the MDM, we'll be able to actually add, after the downloading, the eSIM profile, add it, and also manage it. Admins will be able also to choose to block, for example, the circle to search feature on fully managed devices or on devices with work profile, just in the work profile. Yeah, so we will be able to switch off this functionality. And now, not only on fully managed devices, but also on corporate devices with work profile, so WPC, we'll be able to customize screen brightness and timeout controls. So within, we can easily extend battery life on corporate devices. What's more, we'll be able to enforce the defaults for the personal profile on those devices. So administrator will be able to, for example, enforce the OM default dialer messages and browser apps prior to setup and prevent the end user from changing them. Yeah? Next one, private space for personal profile. This is a totally new feature on Android 15 that lets users create a separate area within their personal profile under an additional layer of authentication to shield specific personal apps while working in public spaces. Of course, it won't be available on fully managed devices. On corporate devices with work profile, administrator will be able to block users from having this private space, yeah, because this will be totally private space. So fully managed, it won't be available, yeah. Even for MDM, it will be disabled. With assist content restriction, administrator can prevent privileged apps such as assistant. Something that happened. Okay, sorry. You can prevent some privileged apps such as assistant from receiving contextual device information. So this includes, for example, screenshots, package names. Yeah, this is scope specific. So it means that on fully managed devices, it will work and apply for device-wide. But on profile enabled devices, it restricts only to the managed profile. And yeah, and at the end, the restriction of installing applications targeting very old versions of Android. So in Android 15, it will no longer be possible to install apps targeting API level 23. So Marshmallow Android 6.0. So only apps targeting Android 7 or later will be permitted on Android 15. Yeah, let's then move on to Apple. What actually awaits us in iOS 18 and macOS 15? Let's see. Apple's activation log, it was designed actually to deter thieves now allows IT administrators to disable the lock for organization on devices directly through Apple Business Manager. So this update removes the need for Apple support intervention. So you can streamline the process for enterprises managing large fleets of the devices. So no need to contact Apple. Just administrator within the Apple Business Manager can unlock those devices. In iOS 18, there will be new software update configuration that will replace all older profiles, restrictions, commands regarding system update. As you probably know, Apple devices updates are currently controlled via dedicated commands, but also restrictions related to the possibility of postponing the update. This will be unified and centralized in one configurations. And as I shown already on the roadmap, in our case, it will be a part of the campaigns. With the upcoming updates, administrators will have also more control over Safari extensions. This includes managing which extensions can be installed, whether they are active, and which websites they can access. This provides enterprises with the ability to enforce security policies and enhance user productivity. Next change that is worth mentioning is network and external drive management for macOS. macOS 15 reintroduced controls for local network and external hard drive access. IT admins can enforce restrictions and set read-only permissions, enhancing data security by limiting how and where data can be stored and transferred. And the last group of the changes that applies only to iPhones and iPads. New version of the OS allows to manage transferring eSIM to a different device. Also, administrator will be able to add up to 5 private 5G or LTE networks at once. As always, there will be also a bunch of new restrictions. So iOS, Apple releases new functionality, then we will have also restrictions to actually disallow to use those functionalities. So we'll have disable iPhone mirroring, disable auto dim on iPad devices with OLED display. We will have disallow image playground, disallow image mount. And finally, as we probably already know, Apple is integrating ChatGPT into iPhones and iPads and Macs, giving user access to ChatGPT capabilities without actually having to switch between the tools. This can also be used by Safari and Apple's system-wide writing tools. Therefore, Apple will, of course, add restrictions to block the use of ChatGPT integration in Siri and writing tools. Some of those features, especially those restrictions, will be already available in Essentials 5.37.
Great, thank you, Adam, for that. Well, I'm looking for changes about the eSIM card management for Android 15 and newer. It will be like a game changer for me, and I can't wait to see it as a part of Essentials MDM. To be honest,
Yes, we are working on it.
Fingers crossed to that. Well, all these changes look very interesting, especially when it comes to private part on managed Android devices. And even more interesting is the issue of blocking or maybe limiting access to the external integrations on Apple devices you mentioned, because Apple announced their AI, Apple Intelligence, Well, I tried to update my iPhone yesterday, but it some kind of failed. So I will try to do it again today. But unfortunately, we will not see the AI in European Union, unfortunately. But the interesting thing is that our Norwegian colleagues they will have an AI activated
Yes.
on their devices.
Yes.
Anyway, great. Thanks, Adam, for that. So let's move on to the last point of our meeting, the Q&A session. All right, I can already see some questions. So please ask more if you have any, and I think we can start reading them, and we'll try to answer. Okay, the first one is from Ian. Okay, so when will we get the list of changes and the release dates for the new Android and iOS versions? So the last topics of the presentation, Adam.
Yeah,
Can you
as I
answer?
said, yeah, of course. As I said, thank you for your question. As I said already, basic support is already available. So even with version 5.36, you can easily enroll the device and all should work. Of course, without new functionalities. In version 5.37 that we are working on now, we will have some of the functionalities that I presented, so especially those iOS restrictions. And more we will cover, and you will be able to see on the Trello roadmap page which features we will include and in which version.
Okay, I hope Ian, the answer satisfies you. The next one is from Marco. We heard interesting changes about unifying the management console. The main element of the policy is already visible. Great. Does this mean, disabling the advanced UI? What is your plan for that? Adam, could you help?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for your question. And yeah, as I presented on the roadmap, there is still one big topic missing regarding the policies in management UI. So the status of the device and status of the policies. After we will move it, we will think of how many versions still we will keep the advanced. But until that time, we will have possibility to modify policies in both interfaces. But soon, after those changes, we will definitely switch off policies within the advanced UI. We'll definitely not switch off whole advanced UI, but as I said also before, for example, we'll move SIM card stuff. We'll move reports to the new interface. So we are going there so that we can focus on really new features and deliver really nice looking interface. But still, advanced will be there with some really advanced options.
Cool. I'm looking for that personally. Okay, the next one from Jeremy. Sorry. Question is not related with the webinar directly. How can I test your solution, Essentials MDM? Well, I like that question, so maybe I will try to answer that. The easiest way is to fill the form on our website. So our pre-sales engineer can contact you with credentials to demo environment, and of course propose an online introductory for a meeting, right? And the other way is to contact our business partner in each country. Then they are with us to provide best possible support in local language. So you have two options then. I will try to find in fast. Give me a second. That form that I mentioned, it's on TechStep.io, our website. Okay, I got it. I will send it in the Q&A session. contact form post. Okay, should be visible to you guys. Okay, the next question. Do we have still time? Okay, we should start the finishing, but let's have another question. Question from Jay. 5.37 version mentioned Rocky Linux 9 support. Does this mean Red Hat 9 and Oracle Linux will be also supported with this version? And would you say that Rocky the recommended OS? Good question.
Until now, we recommend
Adam?
Oracle. Yeah, until now we recommend Oracle and Red Hat. With Rocky 9, we'll also recommend Rocky. Yeah, and this will be the first system that we will introduce with the version 9. And just after, there will be also the support for Red Hat and Oracle. So just a couple of days later, yeah. So that we need to focus on Rocky, so that we can actually have those third environment as a recommended.
Cool, thank you, Adam. Thank you, Jay, for the last question. Last question, because we have reached the end of the meeting, actually. So let's display first the contact details to Adam and me. So if we would like to talk about the topics that we discussed in today's meeting, or talk to us in general, we are at your disposal. So in the meantime, I would like to thank you on behalf of myself, Adam, and entire TechStep team for such a large attendees, and I already invite you to the next meeting. Please look out for the invitation in your email box. We wish you a peaceful day and a week, because it's Tuesday, right? So thank you again. See you soon.